Open our hearts. Would anyone like to come up for a story this morning? What is this? This story was so big it wouldn't fit in my box. So some of it had to be set up ahead. So this story, it's called Listen to the Wind, and we're going to be listening for the wind. And you need to be kind of to the sides and in front to see this, because the whole story is going to kind of build here. But this, before you, represents the mountains in Pakistan. Have you heard of Pakistan?
No.
It's a small country near the big country of India. And this story happens in the mountainous part of Pakistan. And it's about a group of children that live in the village high in the mountains called Corfe. And this was a very tiny village, and it was so high in the mountains that there was no road. The only way they could get, the road ended over here. The only way they could get to their village was to go down a path all the way down this side of the mountain, through the valley, and all the way up this side of the mountain. In the winter, they were stuck there for months and months in the snow because they couldn't get out anywhere. They had no phones, no electricity, and they had to grow all their own food. The mothers made all of the clothes, and you can see the clothes are woven fabrics. The fathers built the homes by chiseling stones and stacking stones together from the mountains. The children made their own games because they had no toys. And there was no school. So the children, sometimes they had a teacher, but the teacher in this village, about 3 teachers in a row all got sick and died. And so a lot of the time they had no teacher. And the way they wrote, somewhere in here, it looks like it's gone. You have to imagine. They used sticks, little sticks, and they would write in the dirt. So they would do their math in the dirt. They would write letters in the dirt to learn how to write. And the language they spoke was Urdu. That's the language they spoke there. Well, anyway, so that was life there. And one day, there was this guy from the United States who was skiing with some friends, and he got lost in a blizzard, and he ended up finding his way to this little village called Corfu. Well, by the time he got there, he was very, very cold and very sick, and it looked like he might even die. But the leader of the village, a man named Haji Ali, he took him in. And remember, these people had nothing. They were so poor, they had nothing. He took him in, they put him into a bed. They got warm blankets for him, and they fed him the little bit they had, and gave him cups of warm tea to try and make him well. And eventually, he did get well. He was there for months and months and months, but eventually he did get well. He still wasn't well enough to leave. Oh, there's the stick. There's the thing that they would write with in the dirt. It was there somewhere. And so for several months after he got well, he stayed in the village. And to help, he would teach the children some English, because they didn't really know English. And he learned Urdu, their language. And when he finally got well, I need to leave Haji there. When he finally got well enough to go, he really wanted to help these people. And he said to Haji Ali, what can I do to help? Because I feel I'm so grateful for all that you've done for me. And Haji Ali said to him, listen to the wind. What a strange thing to say. And so Dr. Greg listened, and he listened really hard. And the wind, of course, blew through these mountains all the time. And what he heard was the voices of all the children singing. And he went, I know what I have to do. I'm going to build them a school. And so he flew back to the United States, and he got on his computer, and he started contacting everybody that he could think of to raise money in order to buy the materials to build the school. He got enough money together, and so he went to the town, which was on the other mountain, and he bought lumber, lots of lumber, and cement, and metal roofing, everything they needed to build a school. And the truck arrived and deposited it all at the end of the road. The problem was, how was he going to get all of this stuff to here, down this path? And so he went down the path and back on the other side. It took hours, and he got to the village. He said, I have all that we need to build the school, but it's over on the other mountain. What are we going to do? And Haji Ali said, well, we need to build a bridge. And so that's what they did. They built a bridge. It took almost a year to build the bridge because it was so high and it was so hard to do. But they got the bridge built, and they were able to bring all of these supplies across to the village. And the children were so excited because finally they were going to have a school. And while the bridge was being built, what a lot of the people in the village did as well is they cut piles and piles of stone for the walls of the school. And eventually the school was built. Stone walls, wooden beams, furniture. They brought all the school supplies. They put a metal roof on it so the snow would all slide off. And the children now had a school. The bridge stayed. And what that allowed was a teacher to come from the other village who could stay here permanently and teach all the children. And so everyone gathered to celebrate the day that the school opened, all of the children, and Dr. Greg, and the new teacher whose name was Hussein. And the children wrote a song that, translated into English, would say, we are the children of Corfei. We write in Urdu and English. We add and subtract. We read our books and explore maps. We are learning in the school we helped build. Can you hear our voices? Listen to the wind. I wonder how it would feel to live in such a poor place in the mountains. I wonder how that would feel. Kind of sad. It's hard for us to imagine, isn't it? Lonely.
Not very much to eat.
I wonder how it would feel to have a stranger who looked really different come to your village. Someone like you'd never seen before. confusing. And I wonder how it would feel to finally have a school to learn in all year round. Well, except for holidays. Great, yeah.
Is there any stories about how got holidays?
That's it for another day. We're going to sing a song, and I wanted to do this song because it reminds me of all of the walking that they would have done before the bridge, and then all the walking they were able to do in a different way once the bridge was built. So let's sing Walk With Me. And there's a special verse in this that tells the story of these children. So watch for that verse to come. Walk with me.